Storyvine. My name is Lorisha, and I've been living in Denver for 6 years. I absolutely love it here. It looks like you guys are in need of a recommendation for a local restaurant. I happen to know the best Italian place in Denver. You may not have heard of them because they do no paid marketing and it's all based on word of mouth. It's called Nona's Chicago Bistro and it's located on Monaco and Leeds-Stell. When you pull in, it'll look a little bit like a rundown shopping plaza, but don't let this deter you. Go inside, and I recommend starting with their Sicilian calamari. It's the best I've ever had. So go check it out, and let me know if you love it as much as I do. And P.S., they have live jazz on the weekends if you're into that. So in the last video segment, you guys got to learn just a little bit about me. So it seems appropriate that we should dive deeper and I should share one of my greatest passions with you. It might come off a little bit like a Colorado cliche, but I absolutely love it, and that's spending time in the outdoors. My most recent experience was through hiking the Colorado Trail. It's 486 miles and goes from Denver to Durango. It's absolutely the hardest thing I've ever done and also the most rewarding experience of my life. There were days where I didn't know if I was going to finish. And as I hit these adversities, over time something else started to happen. My ego took backstage and my heart was filled with gratitude by the acts of kindness from complete strangers. And third, I was humbled. The things that we take for granted, water, electricity, food, shelter, our basic needs. When you're out there looking for those primal things that you need to survive, you realize that you are truly resilient. And the more time that you spend out there, you realize the impact that you have on the land. And so it's become equally important that I give back from what I consume. And I do that by working with an organization called Volunteers for Outdoor Colorado. And I work on building trails and trail restoration. So I hope that by sharing this experience with you, you guys have a better understanding of what I'm interested in and who I am. Hello again, Storyvine, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to learn how to make toast. When people say making toast is easy, I say that's like telling the people of Oregon that pumping your own gas is no big deal. It's only easy if you've done it before. So let's get started. You're going to need two things, some bread and a toaster. Grab your slices of bread and drop them into your toaster upright like this. Then simply pull down on the hand lever. The red light will indicate that your toasting experience has begun. I like to set my toaster as 7. You may need to experiment with yours to get that perfect golden crisp. Ah, look at that, movie magic, our toast is ready. The next step is all about personal preference. It's your toppings. I recommend starting with a healthy portion of butter. If you're simple, you can stop right here after you spread it evenly across like this. Or, if you have the appetite of a small toddler like myself, you can go ahead, grab some cinnamon and sugar, and sprinkle it on top like this. For those with a more refined palate, grab your favorite fruit preserve and go ahead and put a healthy layer right on top of that butter. And voila, you've done it. You've made toast. So thanks for stopping by and bon appetit. Now that we all know how to make toast, let's get back to business and talk about handling customer issues. In my prior experience as an account manager, I was the first point of contact for all escalations, good or bad. I use a 4-step process to navigate these conversations. So I'm going to share that process with you while giving you an example of a past customer experience I had. The first step is acknowledgement. The customer called in and quite frankly she was irritated. She had not received her co-op reimbursements from my company. I acknowledged this by stating, not receiving your co-op reimbursements is 1, frustrating, and 2, it impacts your budget. I will definitely help you out. The next step is questioning. I asked her a series of questions to gather the information I needed to work towards a resolution. I asked her, what date did she file her co-op reimbursement form? What marketing medium did she use? What marketing vendor did she select? And when did she run her campaign? Getting the answers to these allowed me to do the research necessary to move on to step 3, which is presenting a solution. I looked into her account and I found out that when she had selected her reimbursement form, she had selected the wrong quarter to have those funds distributed to her account. So I let her know what had happened and that I went into the system and updated it and that she should be seeing a payment in 5 to 7 business days. The last step was to check in and make sure that I resolved all of her issues. I let her know that her payment was in process and asked her while I had her on the line if there was anything else I could help her with. Using this process has just helped me stay in control of the conversation. But oftentimes when dealing with customer issues, I find opportunities. This specific example was a reoccurring issue that I had multiple accounts calling me about. So what I did was took a proactive approach. I created a training webinar and I deployed it quarterly so that each one of my accounts would be up to date on co-op processes, ensuring that they were getting their payments in a timely manner. I hope that by sharing this with you, you get a better idea of my professional work style and how I interact with client base and customers. I want to take a moment to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my More Than a Resume video, and I look forward to the opportunity of meeting you all.